You're listening to the Spirit Podcast.
Welcome, friends, to the Spirit. I'm Beck, and beside me is my soul sister and co-navigator, Rachel. Hey, Rach.
Hey, sister, soul sister.
Yeah. Tonight's message is for the tender-hearted, the empaths, the sensitives, the ones who feel everything and wonder if they're supposed to stop.
Mm-hmm.
This episode is called The Soft Armor. Protecting your frequency without hardening your heart. Because in a world that can feel chaotic, harsh, or overwhelming, many of us are learning how to stay open and protected. Not walled off, not armored up in pain, but wrapped in a new kind of energetic resilience. One that shields without shutting down. So get cozy, light a candle, and let's explore this together. We've all heard the advice. Stay open, stay loving, don't block your heart. But what happens when openness becomes a leak? When compassion turns into depletion? When empathy becomes a psychic sponge? There's a myth in spiritual circles that being high vibe means being always accessible, always forgiving, always unbothered. But in truth, spiritual openness without energetic boundaries is self-abandonment. What's your relationship with that myth? Have you ever felt like being too open cost you something?
Oh, yeah. Especially in the profession that I've been in for over a decade. I had no idea in the beginning what an empath was and anything about energy like that. I had no idea. So I'm completely open in the service industry, being open to people, absorbing all their doom and gloom and energy to the point that I was just so depleted and it was painful. I had no idea. Even friends and family, like you don't even realize what you're taking on with them and you absorb it and then you go home and your anxiety is through the roof and you're like, what the hell? Like, what am I didn't, then you have to break down and realize, do I have anxiety right now? Or do I have anxiety because I talked to my friend who's going through a really difficult time and I just absorbed their energy? But before I just thought it was crazy.
Let's define the heart of tonight's message. Soft armor. It's not about closing off. It's about energetic integrity. It's a way of protecting your frequency without becoming cold or cynical. Soft armor says, I love you, but I will not absorb you. I see your pain, but I don't have to carry it. I choose presence, not penetration. What does soft armor mean to you when you hear it?
It's putting up a shield, a vibrational boundary around you, a force field. I picture it as an orb with a mirror outside. So when people put their energy towards you, it just bounces and reflects back out.
While still being loving.
Yes.
The world doesn't need more shut down hearts. It needs hearts that know how to stay open and rooted. Let's get practical. Here are a few ways to protect your energy without putting up a fortress. Energetic hygiene. Clear your field regularly through water, breath work, sound, or smudging. Tuning in first before entering a space or conversation. Ask yourself, what's mine, what's not? Permission fields. Imagine a soft bubble around you. Only aligned energy is allowed in, like Rachel just did. Everything else bounces off or dissolves. Word shields. Practice saying, I hear you. I'm not available to carry this. That one rings really hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take a moment before I respond. I need space to protect my peace. Do you have a favorite way you reset or protect your field without withdrawing?
The bubble is the best way. Like I was saying, a reflective type of bubble around me. And I can listen and not absorb. And that is the best way for me. I just don't allow it to sink in deep and live it as if it is mine.
Rachel likes those bubbles.
I do. Like the Glenda the Good Witch bubble. I just float around in that.
Well, let's talk about the tricky part. When your boundaries make other people uncomfortable, you might be called cold or selfish or not spiritual enough. But the truth is, healthy boundaries often look like betrayal to those who benefited from your lack of them. And that's okay. You're not here to be endlessly accessible. You're here to be sovereign. Ever had a moment where you had to stand firm in your soft armor even when someone didn't like it?
There have been times where arguments were coming about and I was not there. Like I could not physically handle it at that time and it wasn't a good time. So I had to just back off and say, I cannot discuss this right now. I have to discuss it at a different time. It angered the other person, but for my own well-being and for my own health, I just couldn't I wasn't in the right headspace at the time and it just wasn't going to go the right way. So I had to stand firm in that boundary that we could not have this discussion at that time. And they were mad in the moment, but they get over it.
We offer you the Cloak of Gold Thread, woven not from resistance, but from remembrance. Drapes across your shoulders with love. It shields not to separate, but to harmonize. Your heart was never meant to be a sponge. It is a flame meant to glow, not to be snuffed. Wrap yourself in the knowing that your energy is sacred, and sacred things are tended, not exposed to erosion. Let them call you distant. Let them name your protection as pride. You are not their mirror. You are your own sanctuary. Thank you for sitting in on this sacred space with us tonight. This episode is a love letter to the sensitives, the empaths, the boundary setters, who are learning to do it differently. Remember, your softness is not your weakness. Your boundaries are not your walls. They are gardens. If you found resonance in this episode, share it. Let someone know they're allowed to protect their peace without closing their heart. And as always, you can support the show through the links in our description. Your presence here helps the transmission travel. Till next time, stay soft, stay sovereign,
and stay sacred.
To the spirit
podcast.
Supernatural science.
Aliens. I'm ghost.
Psychic. Mystic.
Spirit.
Divine source.
Heaven. The dead. It's magic.